Hello guys, welcome to the next chapter in the Emergency 5 modern tutorial. Now, provided you've done everything correct in chapter 1, the next step is model preparation. And for the purpose of the tutorial, I'll be using the BMW 5 series, which we can see here in Blender. But you can use whatever you like, whatever it is you want to export and get into the emergency game, that's fine. It's the same principles basically. Okay, so let's go to the desktop where my work files folder is located. Now we made this back in chapter 1. Let's open that up. We'll make a new folder. Mine's going to be called BMW_5 series. So just open that up now. This is basically the version of the Essex mod. So you can see there's quite a lot of files in here. But essentially all it is your mesh file, which is your model file, and your textures. Everything else exports with the exporter, so that's not to worry about. So you make your new folder, and then put your textures in there. For the purpose of the tutorial, I've made a dummy folder, which is here. I've just put my textures in there, as if I was starting fresh. You can see there's the AO map, colour map, the emissive map, gloss, normals, spec, and AO. Okay, now with that done, let's go to Blender. Now before we export our model file, first things first, we're just going to be exporting the body. So as you can see here, I've separated doors. There's all 4 doors there, all separated. The boot, wheels, all that stuff, they're all separate. So we're just exporting the body, and the body is going to be called just BMW_5_ series, as you can see up there. Now, next thing we've got to do, and then this is for the emissive textures, we need to set our materials up. So I've made 4 lots of materials there: headlights, blinkers left, blinkers right, brake lights. Now the headlights, the purpose of this is just to highlight. Now I've also used a cut tool before this video, just to cut around the headlight there. So you just highlight the bits that are going to light up under the headlights, and then you assign the material. Now this material, I'll just do this quickly. You can see I've assigned the emissive texture to it, just to help me see. So that's headlights. Now I'll do this, what I've got left here is blinker left. So I've highlighted that already, that's assigned to blinker left. So when we export our model, it will export some material files, and we will have 5 lots of material files here. We'll have BMW 5 series, we'll have one for the headlights, blinker left, blinker right, and brake lights, etc. This will all make sense a little bit further on. So that's that done. Now you need to do this the whole way around the vehicle. So same for here, you can see that it's highlighted there. There's my brake lights. Same on the other side, and so on, so forth. So once we've done that, I think that's pretty much most of the model preparation. We just need to sort the pivot point out, in case you've not done that already. Now, pivot point, pretty similar to Emergency 4 really. For those of you that remember, you just need to enable our pivot. I generally put it down to the bottom of the wheels, and you can see the axis there. That's what it should look like. Y axis at the top, Z over there, and the X over there. So once that's done, we are all good to export. Now I'm going to export this as that name up there, BMW_5_ series. Now you're going to export this into your work files folder, but because I don't want it to conflict with the Essex mod, I've made a dummy one up, so it'll be work files, then that folder you created, whatever you named it as. So let's pretend we're in work files, BMW_5_ series, I'm just going to name it that. Export OGRE. Give that a minute, that will start to export. Okay, so now we've exported our body. So let's take a look. So you would go to your work files, your folder that you created, and then you should see something like this. Let's just do it from the list. So I've got mesh file, that's essentially the model file. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've got 5 materials. Now I recommend that you download Notepad++ for this kind of thing, because there is a little bit of manual editing to do. So let's just take a look at the scene file. Now generally the exporter handles most of this data, and you haven't really got to do much. The only time there'll be an error is if there's a capital in there somewhere. Usually this is in Blender, you've got a capital letter somewhere or capital word, and that will cause you problems. You can't have capitals, that's really important to remember. So I'm just going to have a quick look over this. Everything looks fine. That's the name. That looks fine. There's the list of our materials associated with the model. Everything looks fine. That looks perfect. Let's come out of that one. Mesh file, you can't open that. That's fine. Just leave that. Now our material folder file. Now this needs a little bit of tweaking. Yours might export differently to what mine says, but I seem to get that on this particular model. I'm not quite sure why, but I have imported it and everything works fine, so I'm not sure why it says that. So you can ignore that if yours says that. But the main error here is this is the texture. So this is looking for the texture now that it will associate with the model when we import it in the editor. So we've got BMW_5_series_C, which stands for colour, which is our diffuse map. That's perfect, but the .tiff is wrong. It needs to be lowercase, just one F. So let's save that. That should be everything good to go there. Now, same for the other materials. It's the same thing really. I just need to change that. That's that one done. Okay, so that's them done. That's essentially all we have to do for the minute. Now the next step is to actually import it into the editor, which I will cover in the next chapter, which will be chapter 3. Okay guys, thanks for watching.